Sorry I'm late, guys. I had a meeting that started at 2 o'clock that was only supposed to be an hour long, and it ran extremely late. I had to come back. It's raining outside. I dropped my shirt on the concrete, and I was rushing to my computer, changing.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I had a
And
meeting that
I got to figure out how to
2 o'clock.
fix that. All right. So I'm here. I wanted to have all this stuff lined up for things to go over to make this somewhat interesting. I'm trying to do a live every Thursday. Seems Thursdays seem to be better for some people. I know Fridays we usually try to go out to eat with the family and stuff like that. But yeah, figured we got a couple different things to talk about. I was waiting on some things to come in from some projects. I've asked them a couple of questions and stuff like that to see how just to get some updates direct for y'all. One thing that, let's see if I can go ahead and set this up. Bitcoin, you know, I had the stream yesterday talking about different things going on with it. Let me see if I can pull this up. This is going to want to, usually I'd have all this pulled up, guys, and I apologize. I figured nothing wants to. Nothing's going to want to agree with me. So here we go. Zoom this out. So Bitcoin, you know, we had a stream yesterday, and one thing I talked about was FOMC meeting. In the FOMC meeting, when it was over with, 2 o'clock, you had this big, you know, nice, gorgeous green candle. And one thing I discussed was, did that just delay the inevitable? And you have different people who are making different, you know, I try to watch a lot of different people because not one person knows everything. And see if that helps with my green screen behind me. But I try to just watch a couple of different people. I want to see what they all different saying and see if this, you know, majority that kind of feel a certain way and different things. But I showed y'all a video in the video I made from around the blockchain where a guy said, you know, this correction was supposed to happen. You can delay it a little bit as much as you want, but this correction is supposed to happen. And is that what's happening now? Is yes, we had this nice green candle after that meeting, but there is kind of, you know, it don't make a perfect little line that we can draw, but you know, is this still kind of some kind of channel that we're in? You know, I don't know. Tyler can, you know, I'm a big fan of Tyler, and Tyler can make all these goofy things like this. But you know, is this some kind of channel that we are in? And all this did was just delay the inevitable. I don't know. But how much does Bitcoin go down? You know, I don't know. Does anybody really know? One thing I keep talking about over and over like a broken record is, are we still following the cycle pattern? No matter which way we do it, are we still following the cycle pattern? In the past cycles, I've showed y'all in the past, we've always had dips right before halvings. We're 28, 27 days away from a halving. I know CoinMarketCap has 30 days. Now, I just watched Crypto Blood. If y'all know who Crypto Blood is, cool guy, very funny. But he had a countdown and it had less than 30 days. I know it's a certain block. So, but either way, 30 days, 28 days, either way, you've always had this correction. And is the correction going to happen no matter what? Some people are saying there's no way. With the ETFs, no way. I don't know if you're trolling me with that chat. I'm going to discuss DeFi in a little bit. So now that all my my warnings and everything from YouTube went away, I can start discussing DEFLI, and I will actually discuss DEFLI. I know I put that in the description, and we're going to discuss DEFLI shortly. So stay tuned. I got some new bourbon out of a distillery in New Orleans called Bywater Bourbon. Supposed to be really good. I was going to show it to y'all, but I know some people are offended by alcohol, so you know, I try to keep it fun without getting in trouble, and I just don't know the rules sometimes with YouTube, because even though there's federal laws that say you can talk about certain projects and certain things, you still seem to get flagged by them. So, but I really could have used some of that in here, especially with that question. But let's go back. So Bitcoin, what's going to happen? I don't know. I know there's a lot of people, and Crypto Blood shared this just now in his live I was watching a little earlier, is there is an article that is going around, and even though I know the date of this article is somewhat old, this is still, all right, Biohazard, thank you, man. Nice seeing you again. Appreciate the comments, and catch you again next time. I know there's a lot of people from UK. I chat with a lot of them on Discord, and I'm sitting here at work, and they're like, man, time to go to bed. And I'm like, man, I'm at work. Even though sometimes I wish I was going to bed. But thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. But this article keeps being shared, and it's still being shared now. And that's why, even though the date on this is February 29th, you can see below that, it says published 5 minutes ago, earlier on the Block Pro. They're still sharing this where JP Morgan's thinking that there's going to be a $42,000 Bitcoin after the halving. You got people saying there's no way this is happening. There's too much ETF, too much money coming in, bull market started early, and stuff like that. Why do I share this? It's because I have been saying for months, please be careful. When it was at 72,000 or 74,000, I was telling people, start sipping a little bit of profits. Put that on the side. You know, I call it cheddar. Take some of that cheddar, put that cheddar on the side, because you could be using that when this drops in this halving and buying and accumulating more. And, you know, I hate to say I was right, because there's been a lot of things I've been wrong about, DeFly. But this seems to be one of them. Is Bitcoin going to fall? You know, we talked about, what was it, May 2020? You had a nice fall before the last halving. Was a little bit earlier. Let's see if I can fix my screen so y'all can see it. But this is why I hate doing lives, because you don't always agree. But this is Bitcoin. But you had a drop before the halving. You know, you could say it started here, or where it really started was right here. And you had this fall. The candle closed here, but this was a 48% drop back in 2020. And then here, a little over a month away, is your halving sometime around here. I don't know when the exact, let's see, Bitcoin halving for 2020 was May 11th. So May 11th right here. So right before, you had 20%, 15% drop. So, you know, but they keep talking about after with this halving, you started coming up. This halving was $9,000. You started coming up to 11, and then that's when this took off. Halvings usually kick it off. I don't know. You know, I think we just went up so fast we need a correction. It didn't finish correcting. That FOMC meeting came out, said they're not raising rates because that rumor was going around, and people were just so excited. Stock market took off. Stock market went crazy, and there you go. So yeah, man, I'm gonna talk about DeFly in a minute. And you know, I'll be straight with y'all. So you know, this is going up. Now, something else that's going up is, well, I want to talk about this because, you know, it's one of my favorite altcoins. And you see it's Solana. I was doing a stream the other day, and I told people that it was at $162, $163. and somewhere around here. Is that right? And I bought it about $165. And I told people in my video, this is not right. This is not going to be down here. We know Solana was just at $200, $210. This was stupid. Not financial advice. Y'all know that. I got to say that to cover my butt. But $162 was wrong, and you might want to grab some. And I grabbed some. And then I even took my IoT from Helium that day, if y'all saw my video Monday, and I've been converting it. And $10 or $15 a day in IoT, and that $162 now came up to $190. It's at $180. We know Solana's not going nowhere. They've been saying it and saying it and saying it. It's just good buys, man. So Skill of 55, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Look, I'm not a TNA guy. I don't even know how to draw half the stuff that these people draw. There's just times I look at it as sometimes things are completely overanalyzed, or people see what they want to see. And sometimes you just got to take a fresh idiot approach to some of this stuff. And knock on wood, so far I've been right. 5 for 5 on my meme coin calls. I purchased more TD or Big Red crypto the other day when it was at 5 zeros and a 7. And you look at where it's at now, and this is where I bought it at. Well, sorry, where I accumulated more at, to be straight with y'all. It was at 5 zeros and a 7. I had an alert. You can see what this alert is. I happened to be sitting at my desk when this alert went through in TradingView. And I guess y'all can't see because my stupid head's in the way. Tell you, I love live. So, let's see if I can zoom this in for y'all. Big Red Crypto on AVAX. And y'all see this alert? This alert went off right here at 0.07. I bought at 0.07, came up 72%, came down. Now we're back up and we're moving back up. This is the 1 hour, this is the 15-minute chart actually. So we still up. I got in on this. I did a live stream. This actually was last week. Live stream last week and told everybody I was going to make this my 5 for 5 meme coin. I was worried after going 4 for 4. And I don't know why this screen wants to be messed up. Y'all forgive me. I'm sorry. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. But I bought in earlier at, let me just get rid of this one. And I bought in and told all y'all about this one. I don't know. I came across it because I'm very, very big in the Kulo. The Kulo guys are helping the Big Red guys with this. And I told you all about this, and it was at 0.0002, I think. And this, whatever this is, it wasn't even on there yet. Or was it 004? I don't know. So, and we up 200% on that. And actually, I was feeling really good because just 2 or 3 days after, we were up 400% on it. AVAX is a good chain. I own AVAX also. I've been DCAing in that coin for a while. And actually, Avalanche has come out and said that they are offering $1 million in rewards for traders. They're dumping $1 million into their meme coins to try to build. Avalanche wants to build up their meme coins for traders and stuff like that. So Avalanche is capitalizing on the meme coin craze. They want to boost the coins. They announced that they have a meme coin rush, $1 million in liquidity mining incentive program aimed at boosting the meme coin ecosystem on Avalanche. So even though they don't mention Big Red in this, Big Red and them have been talking about this. I've been watching their live feeds at night on Twitter Spaces, and they've discussed this. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but again, Avalanche is really pushing. Look, this is meme coin season. We talked about, and this is my personal opinion, and I could be wrong. Sometimes I am, that the last really big bull market was meme coin season. Not meme coin season, I'm sorry. Meta, gaming, stuff like that. You have a lot of people out there that feels this is going to be meme in the beginning in AI stuff. As an Xbox person, I can tell you, games and stuff, what was hot 2 years ago, we're not even touching anymore. I can tell you, I own Sand, I own Gala, I own Mana, Decentraland and stuff like that. I don't want it to go away. I paid money for that, and I bought some of that in the last bull cycle. And I'm still holding on to it. I need to get back at least to where I bought it at. But, and look, they could be wrong, but meme season right now is it. There are some ugly named coins going on right now in Solana chain. Again, I was just watching Crypto Blood, and Crypto Blood, for those who don't know him, he is an African-American black guy, and he about lost his you know what because somebody has come out on Solana with a bunch of the N-word meme coins, and they're shooting through the roof. I'm not covering them. I don't want no association with it. I won't even show y'all the charts on them, but I don't know who came up with them. I don't know what race they are that came up with them, but he brought it up. And my point I'm trying to make is right now you can come up with a Solana with a Solana meme coin called, Solana keys, and it's going to fucking go off. Excuse my French, but it is what it is. For those who like Doge, one thing they're saying is maybe this makes Doge no longer a meme coin and one of the big boys now, but Coinbase has announced futures. They're planning on launching futures for Dogecoin. So anybody who's into Dogecoin, this is good news. Dogecoin did have a surge that went up, and let's see if I can do this without. Let's see what Dogecoin has done today with this news, because I keep hearing and I'm watching these streams saying that Dogecoin blew up, and to me it looks like they just kind of went the same thing. Go to 1 hour. So with the big push a couple days ago, it was up to 20 cents, came down. Here again, 2 o'clock. Just like every other crypto, 2 o'clock yesterday with that FOMC meeting. Here you go. It jumped up. It's back up to 15.5 cents. It was down to 12, 13. But Doge, Litecoin, listen, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't tell people to go or suggest people go buy it or anything like that. But I do own Litecoin. Why? Just because I have an ASIC miner that I bought before the last cycle. And even though it's got 4 blades in it and one of them don't work, maybe 2 of them don't work now, it doesn't mind nothing like it used to. The hash rate has gone up so high also, where I was making $20 every couple of days. Then it went to $5 every couple of days. Now it's $5 like every 10 or 15 days, $5 worth of 0.1 Litecoin or whatever it is. Still own some of it. And Litecoin is supposed to be involved in this also. And one of the guys I was just watching says Litecoin isn't dead yet. It's one of the OGs, one of the early, there's actually one of the first back in 2016, 2015, 2017, when I started in crypto itself. Basically, you had 3 coins out there. You had, I think it was on Coinbase, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and the big talk was what's going to be the next big one. Was it going to be Litecoin or Ethereum? And a lot of people said Litecoin, a lot of people said Ethereum. If any of y'all that have been around that long and y'all have seen that, but Litecoin's still here, despite what the founder did and what he dumped and stuff like that. It's still chugging along, and you got to say that. And it was up to $300. So no, I am live. Whoever G is, guys, was here 2012. I am live right now. It is 5:25 Central Time here in Louisiana, March 21st. Live, brother. So here we go. So Doge is going to be on the futures for Coinbase. Also, I'm going to see if it says what else. I know there's also Bitcoin Cash that I think I heard was also coming to it as a futures, but it legitimizes Dogecoin another level to me. I don't buy any just because I am a immature baby sometimes, where I bought into all the Dogecoin hype last cycle when every time Elon's even sneezed the word Dogecoin, it went up so much. And I put a significant, decent amount of money into it. With the whole hype, it was definitely going to $1. Don't worry about. And that's how I learned the first time, how I learned what coin market cap, or what a market cap was all about. And now when people start giving these hype prices of XRP going to $10 or $100, there's a certain thing called market cap. And before you start thinking that, and I hate to bust the balls of the XRP people, because I own a little bit of XRP, but I'm also a realist, and y'all know that. And that's why some of y'all like my channel. XRP is an older technology. SEC is wrong what they did. SEC should have dropped that crud a long time ago with XRP. And, you know, XRP, despite what anybody wants to say, hopefully the SEC don't get my channel shut down, but they have held back XRP. The problem with that is, this is well documented. This is not my personal feelings, but this is well documented that other projects now have passed them up, and other people who were going to use XRP have gone to other projects, but XRP is still out there fighting. Do I think XRP is going to go up in a bull cycle? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to hit $10 or $100? Absolutely not. Y'all do the math on what a $100 market cap is going to do to this right here. A $100 coin is going to do to this right here, and you can't have that. There's just, even if all this goes up, that's just crazy. But anyway, here we go. Let's see. So, updates and projects. Bitcoin, Bitharvest, y'all know I am a huge Bitharvest fan, and also advise about the, you know, they got AMAs going on and different things like that. I know that somewhere, and again, I wish I had this all pulled up before we started, but again, I was running late with real work stuff and things like that. But they have somewhere they posted, and I really want to find it. Oh, somebody with a bobcat. If they can get bobcats working, that'll be the next greatest thing in the world. But I wanted to find it, but they have they were showing you what they're new. So they have the Unity full launch, and that's one thing I was trying to find out from them before my chat started was, when are they planning on doing this full launch, where you can be able to download that firmware. And for those who don't know, I have been testing a firmware right now between Bitharvest and Wingbits, and it's not a knock on Wingbits. I'm a huge supporter of Wingbits, trying to help them out in whatever any way I can. But Wingbits is just using the basic 1090 tar program for their stuff, and Bitharvest has kind of fine-tuned that. So you're supposed to be able to get, you know, more messages and stuff like that. So we're going to run a week. I have 2 identical machines on the roof right now where I'm at, 2 identical sets caps with the same SDR USB receivers, with the same antennas, the same feed line, brand name feed line, the same length of feed line on a tower, same height. I mean, it's identical. One's running Bitharvest with Wingbits, and one's just running Wingbits. And we comparing a week's worth of mining with that. And then I'm also going to swap those SIM cards or the SD cards, and going to compare a week for that. So just in case for some reason this machine with this SDR was a little more sensitive and doing better or whatever like that, you can be able to swap this. I'm going to swap the SD card and then measure a week of that. And then we're going to compare. One thing I will say is, with Wingbits, we really don't know what are they going to be rewarding on. Are they going to be rewarding strictly on airplanes? Because right now it seems like one of them, I'm getting just a few, but a few more airplanes. You know, might be 160, 170, 160, 170 airplanes. But I'm getting, you know, less messages. And with the other one, I'm getting way more messages, but a few less airplanes. So depending on what Wingbits is going to reward on, or is there certain things in those messages that it's trying to look for? And we don't know that. But Bitharvest if you're going to run, especially running the device with helium, the fact that I can go into this device and use one software, Bitharvest, and I can look at those different projects that I'm running on one device. Previous to Bitharvest, I had devices where on this tower or on this rooftop, or on this host location, I had to have a helium device and a Pi or La Potato for Wingbits. Now, I have one device running helium, running Wingbits, and if I wanted to run, now they got to run, I think it's Fi is the new project, CureCoin, and some of these other mining, they're trying to do grass, but some of these other bandwidth sharing stuff, you can do all that from one project. So, Guy was here 2012. If you're still here, buddy, what's wrong with doing both? You know, I've had some rants in the past that people like, if I'm all in on Wingbits, I'm not allowed to like demo. And if I'm all in on this project, you know, kind of like I call it gang warfare. You're only allowed to like one. If you know anything about my channel, I am pushing deep end, but there's times where there's not a lot going on new in the deep end. You can only talk about Wingbits so many times a week before people get tired of it, or you know, WeatherXM or Mokin or any of these other ones, so many times. You know, I do an update on Mondays and talk about all the projects and some things that are coming new. We talk about a couple of different projects now, but I'd be an idiot to also ignore memes, because despite, I know some people don't like all the meme craze, but the meme craze is here right now and you can make money. Why not make a little bit of money? A lot of these projects we talk about, you don't have, they're not compensating yet. They're not mainnet. They're still in beta. Some are still in testnet. So why not take a little bit of extra cheddar that you might have, make a little bit of money, meme stuff, waiting for those projects to go to full mainnet. You know, I got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on my Wingbits devices. I have probably 10 under my name, 5 or 6 I'm helping a friend manage, 2 or 3 for family members and stuff like that. So I'm monitoring all that for them. Trust me, I want Wingbits to succeed. Bitharvest, I've told everybody from this point forward, especially with them releasing this stuff now, any Wingbits device that I'm planning on putting, I'm trying to work out a deal with a buddy in Texas that there's no Wingbits stations around. Gulf Shores, Alabama, Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. I'm trying to work deals out with them. They're going to be Wingbits, but they're also going to be Bitharvest, just because it's easier to manage. So if that kind of, you know, and I'm not really a promoter because I'm not getting paid with nobody. And that's one thing I won't take is I have, you know, I got 8,000, almost 8,000 subscribers. I'm still a very little channel, but I've had some projects reach out to me about doing paid deals and stuff like that. And I'm not going to do that. Yes, I could use the money. Yes, I'm not rich at all. That's why I used to be called the grumpy poor dad. But to me, the only way to stay real is it's only my skin in the game. And I'm not getting paid by nobody. I'm not getting paid by Bitharvest. I'm not getting paid by Wingbits. I'm not getting paid by anybody. So, NATIX I saw earlier I just went on, like I said, a meeting I had, and it was about a 45 minute to an hour drive. I ran NATIX the whole way. I ran Sword Chain the whole way. Also, when I got to the meeting outside, I made sure I turned on my Silencio app. So I'm playing the game with all of it. But I did my NATIX the full way. NATIX had a deal earlier. I missed it, but it was one of the updates I wanted to talk about. Is there seems to be a lot of questions going on about their new rewards, and they have increased their rewards, or their I wanted to find exactly what the number was, but like they increased their token supply by so many billion, and people have gone crazy over it. Some happy, some asking questions. But basically, and I went over this on my Monday stream. People were complaining because you were making millions and millions and millions of points with NATIX. And at the end of the month, those millions and millions of points were only converting to, say, 3 or 4 NATIX coins. And people lost their you-know-what over it. I was in the Discord saying, why? Y'all have no idea what it's going to be worth. It was a very, very low cap, low supply coin. If you know anything about crypto, that normally meant that you were going to get higher, better pricing. But people can only look at what's in front of them and not look at the whole idea. And I really wish I could find that pricing. I mean, those questions, but because they had a discussion about that, and they gave a pretty good answer. But they admitted that the only reason that they have increased that was strictly because people were crying about it. If you only get 5 tokens, but they're worth more, but now they increased the supply, so now your 5 are going to be converted to 5,000 tokens, but now it's watered down. It's basically the same price divided by 1,000, whatever it is. You still got $20 worth, if that makes sense. I know I'm using bad analogies here, but Helium was talking about doing the same thing right before the Solana merge, when people started complaining that instead of getting 16 or 15 tokens or 20 tokens a day like I was getting with Helium when we first started, eventually you were getting 0.2 a day. So they said, well, we'll increase the supply. So now instead of getting 2 H&T a day or 0.2 H&T a day worth 75 cents, we're going to give you 1,000 H&T a day. But those 1,000 would still be worth 75 cents. But it's a psychological thing that some people are too simple to get over. And this is what the same thing that's happening here. And NATIX has said that. We increased this supply just so people would not cry anymore about not only getting 4 or 5 tokens a day. And that's it. Let's see what else. So let's go ahead and talk about DEFLI. For those who asked the question, I am absolutely nowhere involved in DEFLI any longer. Yes, I was an admin for them, for those who don't know the full story behind it. And after you see too many lies, too much BS, too many excuses, you realize you don't want anything to do with it, and you back out. They were doing some token conversions at the time where they left where they left the BSC chain, and you had to fill out a form to get your coin swapped over to the new base token that they were using. And you filled out a form, and then they ended up, basically one guy runs it. And this is all documented. If you're looking at one of my previous videos, which at one time was my most watched video, but he wanted to basically hold hostage people's coins until they swapped over to, they had a new Mongo database that came out, so people were just, at some point, had enough of the games, enough of the lies, enough of the empty promises, and they took their devices offline. Let's just say that. And people had made 10, 20, 30, 40,000 DEFLI at the time, and he did not want to move those DEFLI over to the new chain unless you put your device back online. And I voiced my opinion on that. He didn't like that, so I said, that's fine. I no longer want to be a mod anymore. And basically, he booted me from the whole project. Then I came back for a day or two as just a regular person. Then next thing you know, I'm completely booted out again. And I made a whole PowerPoint on the things that did not come true. DEFLI has promised in August Then again in September that they were going to a CEX. Then people would ask the question, where's the CEX at? They would get booted. Discord was the only place to get help from, and they got booted again, basically. And now when you try to join the Discord, from what I'm told, and I've actually seen, but I can't post anything DeFly related because DeFly would go to the videos that I made with DeFly's permission that they were sharing on Discord when I was telling them people how to set up DeFly and what was going on with DeFly. They were sharing those video links on their Discord, and then at the same time they were going to YouTube crying about copyright infringement. And YouTube put 2 strikes on my channel, and what happened was if I had one more strike against me, my whole YouTube channel was shut down. And that's what you're dealing with, DeFly. It's sad because in the line of work I am full-time, the stuff that DeFly says they were doing, there is a need for that. This project could be successful with the right people running it, but you have one guy running it who seems to always want money for something whenever he can't put out any good news without also asking for money for a new station. He's come out with 6 or 7 different clones. You got DeFly, D-Sky, D-Charge, Drodec. There's another one somewhere in there. Now he's come out with this Fly one. It's just, you know, if you hurry up and buy these stations right now, we'll give you some free coins. So now they've come out with Fly, and that's what this is all about. So now there's a Fly is the network rewards token for DeFly, as well as acting as the gas token on L3. And that's what I was getting at before, is you can't go to the Discord and ask questions, because when you go to the Discord, it tells you you have to promise that you will not, and this is not a joke, I can't show pictures of it, but I have pictures of it. When you try to join the Discord, you have to agree that you're not going to say anything negative about the project. You're not going to say anything negative in the Discord or even out the Discord. If you say anything negative about their project, they're booting you. People like me who have paid for licenses for hosted stations that we can't even see pictures of are no longer getting tokens because he is upset that we talk negative about it. And he just shut our rewards off. I have 6, 7 stations that I paid $250 each for licenses, and I'm not getting rewards for it. Does the rewards even matter? Because it's not hitting the CEX. But my point is, how many of the projects do you know? Can you imagine if people found out at Helium that you said something negative on Facebook, they just quit giving you Helium rewards? Have you ever heard of such a thing? Is that decentralized? So you can't even go to Discord. If you even ask about the fake team pictures and stuff, you get booted. So we can't even find out what this is about. If you're not in the project, you can't find out what this is about. But hey, it's as guys was here asked about, this is DPIN. So I'm trying to cover DPIN also, and I don't know what's going on with DeFly right now. They supposedly have this huge deal that they made with Walmart. Yet Medium.com, this is DeFly posting their own stuff. Now, find me a third party, or about any of their partners at all. Find me a third party piece of non-paid for article. Find me some from Walmart saying that they entered for drone detection, something with DeFly. Can't do it. You have 1 or 2 guys, and I know they say, oh, we had some guys from the industry, from the drone industry that wrote these articles for us. It's paid for articles. You pay this Joe Blow, and he will write this article for you. And then when we reach out to, he says he has deals with certain companies, and people have reached out to certain companies. Sorry, we've never heard of DeFly before. Why do I keep hyping on DeFly? Listen, I'm the only person to this day, we've been in DeFly for a year. I am the only dumbass, excuse my French, the only dumbass that has put his face on camera, has doxed themselves, as part of DEFLI. And as part of DEFLI, I meant as far as helping people. Because to this day, DEFLI has not, can't even give a real name. The guy who runs the Discord has a fake LinkedIn who's already admitted that that's not his name. And he keeps saying over and over and over and on the Twitter that he blocked me from. It's okay to get involved in projects. Even though Binance and Coinbase and every one of these, anything that's worth the while in crypto has said, don't get involved in crypto projects where you can't even dox the team. And he's going to stand and tell you, don't worry about doxing us. Just trust us, bro. Trust us, bro, only goes so far. You can't find, and why, so people say, why, dude, give it up, you're childish. Because there's a part of me as a man that says, I don't want to see anybody else get roped into this. Now, I've also said as a man, and I've told this to the person on Discord, and I've told this to a guy who I'm still friends with, who is a admin, and when we talk, we just don't talk DEFLI, because we have another business deal with him. So God was here. I appreciate that, man. Somebody asked earlier about the DEFLI thing, and that's why I'm covering it. I haven't been able to talk about DEFLI for 6 months because they put those strikes against my channel. And I just need to explain a couple of things now that I can talk about DEFLI and not worry about getting my channel shut down tomorrow by YouTube. I just feel as a man, I know there was a lot of people. I broke my teeth in YouTube with a lot of people following me. Probably my first 1,000 subscribers followed me because of DEFLI and got to DEFLI because of me. And there's a part of me, despite what anybody wants to think, that I really literally still lose sleep over the fact that there are people out there, because of the way DEFLI is ran, who lost money on licenses and stuff like that, because since they commented on a YouTube video I did, literally, that's all they did was comment, good job or something on my YouTube video, they got booted from DEFLI. If that ain't childish, I don't know what else is. They have people who he knows I brought into the project that got booted from the Discord, banned from the Discord, who never mentioned a single word. Does that sound like a project any of y'all want to get in? These other people who every now and then you see somebody do a video on YouTube, I contact them and caution them. And all I tell them is this: watch what you say about DEFLI in the future. Because what's going to happen is, as soon as you say something negative and you have a picture of their website, they then go to YouTube and claim copyright. And then now you have a mark against your channel. Even though the federal government the Supreme Court has ruled copyright does not get infringed or whatever. If you are reviewing a product, YouTube doesn't care, because I've fought it and I end up having to get an attorney to protect myself. But YouTube didn't care, and my strike stayed on me until a week or two ago. So I'm still going to use my platform to warn people. But one of the points I was getting at, I got a little sidetracked, is one thing I have told the guy who runs the Discord, and I've told my friend who's the mod, if DEFLI ever gets listed and we can prove that it is a legitimate project, I'm not talking about 1 or 2 people getting DEFLI devices they're buying. I'm talking about seeing full deployment and those coins end up on CEX, I will come on here like a man and admit I was wrong. And I have no problem doing that. I have admitted before I was wrong in this channel. And that's why people say they like my channel, because I can be real and I'm not going to lie to people, and I can be real with you. And here, I know I'm on my rants, and some of y'all don't like my rants. Some of y'all tell me they can't wait for my rants. So here you go. I will admit I'm wrong. But until to this day, starting 6.5 months ago, you can't prove me right now that I've been wrong. You cannot prove anything exists with that project. They came up with some bull smack DEX to be able to convert your coins, told us it was this new private exchange, and the website was a day old. They have a team on their team page on their website on some no name. It's supposed to be like the Chinese version of LinkedIn. And guess what? Those profiles were 24 hours old before the website launched. They promised all these people that they were shipping stuff that people bought last July, August, September. They promised it was shipped, then promised again it was shipped 3 times. Nothing came in. Oh, we gave everybody refunds. I'm glad you gave everybody refunds. You still ain't shipped nothing. Just the reason I'm ranting is because they're still putting stuff out like this. Here's a new coin, you can get into this and stuff like that. And I'm telling everybody, be careful. You still going to get in this project? Go ahead. I'm not your daddy. I can't stop you. I just will sleep a little better at night knowing I warned people. Nobody can say they got into this because of me. And y'all have been warned. Again, I will say one more time. If I'm wrong, I will come on this channel and I will do, and I'll even pay for the promotion to say I was wrong. So and that's it. So that's discussing DEFLI. Tracy, thank you. I try to be as and that's why I even do my every Monday, if y'all catch my update, and people seem to like them. And look, I try to do what people are contacting me online, offline, and telling me. I do update video on Monday of all my projects I'm in, what I'm making, what I'm, and different things like that, what I'm hearing about each project, giving praise to the ones that deserve praise. And if it's wrong, some people complain I'm always negative. But I just looked at it as, for years I've been watching YouTube where they're getting some of these YouTubers will get into these projects and all you hear is positive, 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 usually because they have a deal with them or they're getting some coins out the deal. And look, not everything's negative. I talked the other day about Fry. There's one or two negative things I don't like about it, but I've also said there's some positives too, that if they can, sell the data, all the different things they're doing, it could be a great project. People question some things now. It has the potential to be great. And I'll tell people like it is. Sword Chain Mini. I'm in the Sword Chain Mini. I am a huge Atom Cosmos fan. Huge Cosmos Atom fan. If you follow me at all, 14, 15, 17% staking on Exodus. I've been staking it since it was 24% on Exodus. The project's got hiccups. I'm not saying it's bad, but connecting to that stupid thing every single time you get in the car, it just needs to be improved. Maybe it was rushed to mainnet. Well, actually, it's not even fully on mainnet. I don't know. But I'm going to tell everybody like it is, because when I tell people I'm in the Sword Chain, I don't want y'all getting it and realizing how screwed up it is to have to constantly connect to it and say, why didn't you tell us about this? So I try to be as real as I can. Let me tell you something. How I've survived at my job for 28 years, pushing the buttons I'm pushing, it's hey, that's why I got an attorney on speed dial, because when this crap with DEFLI came out, but DEFLI don't have a real address. DEFLI don't have a real address. So when my attorney wanted to serve him with something, where are you sending it to? They have a whatever you call it, a virtual address in Delaware that technically don't exist. And their excuse is, well, if you look at this project and this project, they got virtual addresses also. I make sure I don't do anything. That's why I'm running late. I don't do anything while I'm working. I need 2 years left for full 100% retirement from my job. I make sure that I don't mess with any of this stuff until after 4:00 p.m. when it's quitting time. When it's 4:01, game's on. But I ain't stupid. I've survived 28 years in this industry by covering my CYA. Most of y'all know what CYA is. But I'm going to tell you, there's projects that I know. I talk about like Silencio. I can watch the videos of those guys and I can tell their heart's in that. Their heart's in that project. And I can look at some projects and think, these guys have just jumped to this project because they're hoping some people buy in. And I think that's one reason why I like Silencio and I push Silencio. It's easy for me to use Silencio, which is a D-pin project, and you press this on it and you use that. So, I'm gonna pause this for 1 second. I got somebody coming in.